All right, so let's look at JFK and 9/11 and the moon landing. What are common characteristics about these three events? Okay. The first thing, of course, is that they are spectacles. You can say that they are rituals. A lot of care, a lot of attention was put into preparing these rituals. So for example, the JFK assassination, look at the location, right? Look at the choreography. Okay? They did it purposely in front of people, but also in front of cameras, so that it will be remembered forever. Okay? The moon landing as well, 9/11 as well. Okay? That's the first thing. Second thing is the idea of numerology. So when you look at these events, what you'll find is that numerology is very important. Okay? It's a very simple concept to understand. So for example, let's just say you want to get married, right? Well, you want to pick an auspicious date. So maybe August 8th, 8/8, right? Or June 6th, an auspicious date. Because that will give your wedding the most chances to prosper. You also want to pick a nice location for feng shui. Right? Same thing with this idea. Okay? So let's look at the numerology. JFK was November 22nd, 1963. 11/22/1963. The moon landing was 1969. And then 9/11 was, of course, 9/11. Pretty easy to remember, right? Okay. Now, what's interesting is that these are all triangular numbers. Okay? What are triangular numbers? 1, 3, 6, 9. Right? 1, 3, 6, 9. 1963. 1969. Okay? Also, the number 33 is very, very important. Okay? Number 33 is almost like a magic number to these people. Okay? And so like what we believe is that it's secret societies that are responsible for these events. Okay? Mainly the Freemasons. But there are others as well. Okay? I'll discuss this later. Number 33 is important. Okay? So look at this. 11 plus 22 is what? 33. Okay, guys? 33. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay? You see how nice this number is? 33 is also two triangles, right? What happens when you put two triangles together? You get the Star of David, which is the flag of Israel. Okay? So number 33 is a very special number for secret societies. All right. Here's something that's really also really interesting about number 33. If you look at the world map, okay, the equator. If you go north 33 degrees, you get a lot of places, okay? The first place you get is in Mesopotamia, Iraq. It's where the Tigris and Euphrates, these are two rivers. This is where they meet, okay? Why is this important? Because this meeting place is what we consider the birth of civilization. It's a crate of civilization. Over here is Baghdad. Baghdad was the capital of the Islamic Golden Age, the Islamic Caliphate, okay? A historical city. Over here is Damascus, one of the oldest cities in the world. Over here, of course, is Jerusalem, the holiest city for both the Christians and for the Jews. Okay? You keep on going over here to America. This is Dallas. Why is Dallas important? Because that's where JFK was assassinated. But you keep on going, and this is like interesting. You go to New Mexico, and you get to the Trinity test site. This is where the atomic bomb was detonated. Okay? You go over here, 33 degrees in Japan. Do you know what city is 33 degrees north in Japan? Shimi? Not Tokyo. There are two cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Why are they important? Okay? These are the two places where the atomic bomb was dropped. Okay? Think about that. 33 north in New Mexico is where they tested the atom bomb. And then Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 33 degrees north, is where they dropped the 2 atomic bombs. Okay? All right. So why is this important? Because if you're a secret society, what makes secret society important is the mythology or the story that they tell about their purpose. Okay? Now, it's easy to understand here why 33 degrees is important. Okay? Because 33 degrees, you're not too hot because you're away from the equator, but you're not too cold. Okay? So you can farm. And that's why all these major cities, including Baghdad, Damascus, Jerusalem, are situated 33 degrees north. Okay? Also a place called Harappa, okay, which is the Indus Valley civilization, is also 33 degrees north. So a lot of major cities are situated in this latitude. So that makes sense. Okay? This is the old world. What's the old world? The old world is obey God. Okay? That's the old world. Now we go to the new world. Okay? What makes the new world different? Well, when America was founded, there was a religion called deism. And deism, the belief is that God created the universe, but then he went away. So the universe is what we make of it, okay? So now we can be, we are God. And this is the grand secret of these secret societies. They exist in order to do what God could not do, or what God can do, to replace God. So what is it that God does? Well, what the first God does is he changes matter. Second thing is he can kill other gods. And the third thing is he can create life. All right? What does changes matter mean? It means the nuclear bomb. Right? The nuclear bomb. So what does kill other gods mean? It means you can kill President of the United States, JFK, who was considered a prince. Okay? And what does create life? It means you create artificial intelligence, which is the last step. Okay? So this is part of the mythology. The old world is being replaced by the new world. Okay? And now, if you're able to do all three things, now you're able to bring heaven to earth. Now you're able to declare yourself God. And for that, what you need is a world government. And to show that you are truly in power, what you do is you combine the old world and the new world together by making Jerusalem your world capital. Okay? So towards the end of the semester, I will show you what the grand plan is for Jerusalem. But for now, what you need to understand is that right now in Jerusalem, there's something called the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is the third holiest site in the Islamic tradition. It is the place where Muhammad ascended to heaven. They plan to destroy the Al-Aqsa Mosque to rebuild the Temple of Solomon, called the Third Temple. Okay? This will start World War III. Okay, because the Muslims will get angry at this and they will come and invade Israel. And that's the purpose. So there's a grand plan to create the world government by initiating World War III. Okay? So we'll be discussing this later on in the semester. Now I want to discuss how secret societies are able to wield so much power. Okay? First of all, how is it that they're able to keep everyone quiet? Right? How are they able to maintain their secrets? And then how are they able to exert power? Okay? All right. So the first thing you need to understand about secret societies is that there are different layers to secret society. Okay? So in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, there are 33 grades. 33 grades. So you start at 1 and then you slowly climb, okay? Some people can skip. And at each different grade, you're taught different secrets or understanding of the world. So maybe here, you have 4 grades, okay? In the bottom grade, all you're taught is just to be a good person, to do good works, to do charity, to be kind. That's all you're taught. Okay? But as you move up, you're taught something else, which is we can do God's work. Okay? God has given us a mission. We must do God's work. Okay? And up here is we don't need God. Okay? The higher you climb, the more secrets you're told. And then as you move up further, you're taught we don't need God. Okay? So guys, I'm not part of a secret society. I'm just making this up, okay? I'm just showing you how they might work. I'm just speculating. The last layer is we can be God by killing God. Do you understand? So it's almost like school, right? In primary school, you work hard, you learn a lot. You go to high school. In high school, they teach you everything you learn in primary school is wrong. Let us teach you new knowledge. You work hard, you learn all this new knowledge. You go to university, the professors there are like, everything you learn in high school is wrong. So let's learn something new, okay? And then you go to graduate school and you're taught everything you learn in university is wrong. Okay? So that's how these secret societies work. So the word we use is compartmentalize. So it's a need to know. Okay? Does that make sense? You are only taught what you need to know at your grade. Okay? And as you can see, the secrets get worse and worse as you climb. So how do you maintain secrecy in the system? Okay? So there are two major mechanisms. Okay? The first major mechanism is incentives. Incentives. The idea here is the higher you climb, the more power you have. Okay? So these people in the middle, all they care about is maintaining their privilege. Okay? So does that make sense? Incentives. Okay? The higher you climb, the more invested you are. Therefore, you want to believe the lie. Okay? Then there's blackmail. So if you really want to climb to the top, you have to reveal your secrets too. So you can be blackmailed. Okay? And we talked about this, right? The idea of transgression. If you really want to climb to the top, you have to commit crimes with other people. So therefore, you can never betray other people. Okay? And the last thing that helps the system is confirmation bias. And the idea of confirmation bias is you just want to believe what you want to believe. Okay? People don't want to believe the government lies to them. People want to believe the government tells the truth. So we like to live in a fantasy world. Okay? So this is what keeps the system intact. Okay? So this is how secret societies keep their secrets. Does that make sense? Okay? Now the question then is, how is it that they're able to wield power? And the answer is, this structure is perfect for a bureaucracy. Before we talked about bureaucracies, right? How as society matures, it becomes more bureaucratic. Well, the problem is that bureaucracies become top-heavy. Too many managers. Also, the idea of silos. So each department does its own thing. Okay? And as I said also, bureaucrats don't want to do any work. So imagine if you're a secret society, how much you can benefit from the system, right? Because you want to work because you want to achieve your vision. And you're able to work with other people secretly. Therefore, you're able to promote each other into positions of power. And because these departments are all siloed off, they're all independent, you're able to control the entire bureaucracy. Because you're able to coordinate, but they're not. Okay, does that make sense? So what we learn is that in history, as societies become much more mature, as they become much more bureaucratic, secret societies have much more power. And today, we are living in a heavily bureaucratic world, and therefore, these secret societies have more and more power. Okay? And does that make sense? The other thing that we need to remember is that there are thousands and thousands of secret societies. Okay, so let's name some of them. The Freemasons, the Jesuits, the Mormons, the Frankists. Okay, lots and lots, okay? We'll go over each one later on this semester. What you need to remember is that at this stage in development, when society is bureaucratic, when they become parasites on the bureaucracy, they are incentivized to work together to achieve their vision. Okay? But once they create the world government, then they will fight each other. But at this point in their development, they will work and actively collaborate together. Okay, so 9/11, JFK, moon landing, they were all working together. Okay? So we'll be studying this more as the semester progresses. All right, so let's conclude. Okay, so let's talk about the atomic bomb. This is Henry Truman, okay? Henry Truman is the 33rd president of the United States. Number 33, right? He's also a 33rd degree Freemason, which is the highest Freemason, okay? Why is it important? Because he's the one who ordered the dropping of the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Now, this is controversial because at this point, America didn't have to nuke Japan. Why? Because America was firebombing Tokyo. You can see the damage, right? In Tokyo, all the houses are wooden. Guess what? If you drop fire bombs on these houses, everything burns. So America was just burning Japan to death. They didn't have to drop the nuclear bombs. Okay? You can see the devastation, okay? This is Tokyo. They burned everything down. There was talk that if America launched a land invasion of Japan, lots of people would have died. But you didn't have to invade Japan because you were just bombing Japan to ashes. So why did they drop the bomb? Well, the other argument is that they dropped the bomb to scare the Soviet Union. But that only encouraged the Soviet Union to get their own bomb, right? So you have to ask yourself, why did they do this? And if you go back to the 33-degree story, okay, which is just explained, it gives you an explanation. I'm not saying it's right, but it offers you a possibility. Okay, so as you can see, all these major cities, including Babylon, including Baghdad, Damascus, Hiroshima, are all part of 33-degree latitude, okay? Guess what, guys? A lot of famous athletes we're number 33. And they are Freemasons, okay? So this is Scottie Pippen and Shaquille O'Neal. We know they are Freemasons. Larry Bird and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar also wear number 33. Okay? 33 is important. Jesus died when he was 33 years old. The word God, Elohim, appears 33 times in Genesis. King David reigned for 33 years. The Vedic pantheon, Hinduism, has 33 deities. Human spine has 33 bones. Okay, so number 33 appears over and over. So the secret societies see number 33 as a magic number.